Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am.
Nino Brown Boxing, I'm back in the building. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. All right, guys, I want to talk about this Errol Spence, Mikey Garcia fight. And before I get on what I thought about the press conference, I do want to talk about one thing. And it's more of on the positive side. I definitely like the fact that Mikey Garcia is daring to be great. I've been on my channel and I've criticized fighters like Sean Porter and Keith Thurman when it comes to the welterweight division on so many different occasions. I can't forget the most important aspect of this fight is that Mikey Garcia was willing to challenge himself. He was willing to challenge Errol Spence. And he basically killed the whole notion of any obstacles that are in your way if you really want a fight to happen, especially with Errol Spence. If you want the fight to happen, it can happen. Now, I understand the whole promotional stuff and being on different networks, but we all know that this stuff does not apply to Keith Thurman or Sean Porter. And I feel like a lot of the smoke that these guys been blowing, Mikey Garcia, he put an end to it. It's like, it's no way possible, no way in hell you can tell me that this little guy, Mikey Garcia, should have taken the initiative to face the boogeyman of 147 and Errol Spence before Thurman and before Spence. Now, I know before Thurman and before Porter. Now, I know some people are going to say, well, Thurman was injured, this, and that. This was going on before he was injured, but let's just put Thurman aside. The same thing applies to Porter as well. And Mikey Garcia, you know, he called these guys bluff. He pulled their whole card. And that's the biggest thing I have to say when it comes to this event that I respect and I like about Mikey Garcia. And going forward in the sport of boxing, I'll never forget it. When, like, we never know how this division is going to play out. Obviously, I know and I truly believe that Errol Spence is going to defeat Mikey Garcia. But assuming that Mikey Garcia stays at 147, like, to me, where does he compare? Especially if he has a decent showing of himself. I feel like he's still going to get stopped or knocked out. But if he has a decent showing of himself, it's going to put me in a position where I'm going to have to hold Mikey in a higher regards compared to Keith Thurman and Sean Porter, just due to the fact that his willingness to take this fight. Now, with that point aside, and with that respect going directly to Mikey Garcia, I want to talk about something that Mikey Garcia is doing as well that I feel isn't necessary and it's working against him. Mikey Garcia right now, he's pissing off Errol Spence. Like, I see it, the tension is building up, and Errol Spence reminds me of that calm kid that he knows what his abilities are. You know, he doesn't need to show off for anybody. He stays within his personality. He stays true to himself. But Mikey Garcia is taking him outside of his character. And I don't mean outside of his character in a way where, you know, he's going into unfamiliar territory. Errol Spence is a guy that's very self-aware, and he knows what his abilities are. He knows what he's capable of doing. And it seemed like on a normal day, he wants to go into a fight, inflict pain, get his W. Like he said before in his previous fights, he doesn't get paid overtime. So the fight ends early, fine with that. But it seemed like now he has a different focus. His focus is pure destruction. Like, he wants it to be a massacre. And Mikey Garcia, you know, he brought that on himself. Like, I can say it as well. It seemed like when the cameras are turned on, Mikey Garcia is fake. We've seen, like, the incidents in the past when Mikey Garcia is laughing at when his friends or his buddies are saying, you know, derogatory comments about black fighters. Whatever the case may be, I'm sure it's a whole lot of build-up. There's plenty of shit out there that I know that I'm not aware of. But Mikey Garcia, Robert Garcia, it's just the things that they're saying about Errol Spence feel like they put Errol Spence in a mindset where he knows he has more than what he's shown in previous fights. And he's going to bring everything out. Not to, I mean, obviously to get the victory, but like I said, to make this a massacre. And Mikey Garcia, he completely brought this on himself. It's the fact that Mikey has this stuff dwelling in Spence's head for weeks leading up to the fight. And it's the only thing it's going to do, I feel like it's going to focus Errol Spence. You know, he's not worried about the Dallas Cowboy Arena. I don't feel like Spence is worried about the fans. He's not worried about the media. He has one goal in his mind, and he's only focused on one thing. That's Saturday night. And I can't wait for it to happen. If you're going to the fight, man, hopefully you can get some good footage, put it up on your channel. I'd love to see how the stuff is going on behind the scenes. And I mean, my prediction for the fight, I'm predicting a fifth round, but early fifth round knockout. So first round is a filler round. Then I feel like Mikey Garcia is going to move a lot in the first round. Second round, Errol Spence, he's going to start getting in his groove. I know that sometimes, depending on his opponent, Errol Spence, he doesn't necessarily start late. But, you know, Errol Spence is a very fundamental guy. And he makes sure he goes through all of his proper channels. But I feel like Errol Spence is so dialed in. And even though I know he's going to stay fundamentally sound, it's just he's on a mission for destruction. So my prediction is an early fifth round knockout with a combination of, while Mikey Garcia is being knocked out, Robert Garcia is going to be throwing in the towel. I feel like he's going to regret taking this fight. Like Errol Spence said, he feel like Mikey's going to regret taking this fight. He's going to wish that he listened to Robert. And I feel like Saturday night, Sunday is definitely going to be a good old time for all boxing fans. But guys, we'll see what happens. We got this weigh-in tomorrow. This is Nino Brown Boxing. Shout out to the LDBC. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, and I'm out.